mean?
What's been like the highlight of everything so far for you?
That's a great question, you know. You know what? I'm gonna. This may sound slightly strange, but I'm very proud of what my brother's done overall. So for me, I'm just grateful to be involved and try and do my bit to enhance the company.
Are you the older brother?
I'm the older brother. Yeah. So I've seen him develop this. Yeah, I am. Yeah. So I've watched him with, like I said earlier, just a camera and a microphone going to games in the freezing cold. Now the man's got like 1.6 million subscribers.
Crazy,
the subsidiary channels have got like 500,000 subscribers. And he's done well. And I see him and I'm proud of what he's done. I've seen the impact he's made on the community, the impact he's made within the culture. Like, you know what I mean? He does a lot of talks and, you know what I mean, mentoring for other, man. Across the country, even abroad. He's given talks. The other day he was in America, talking to people, you know, how to grow channels. You get a lot of kids. He's done talks in schools. He's brought me with him, and I've seen the effect that that's had on kids. So things like that make me very proud because I know that he's making a positive contribution to the culture.
Definitely.
And the way we were raised, my mum and dad always just try and impress upon us about the need to carry yourself a certain way. You know what I mean? So those things have given me a lot of pleasure seeing him do that. So I'm very proud of that. So yeah, I think that's
nice,
what I take
man.
from that.
I love to hear that, man.
Yeah, man. It's all good, bro.
What was your favourite show on AFTV right now?
Damn, that's good, man. There's been so many shows. There was a show I was doing with a guy called Curtis. We used to call it Talk is Cheap.
Talk is Cheap,
yeah. I used to really like that show. We stopped doing it for a while. We're going to try and revisit that format. We're going to revisit it, but in a slightly different format in the new year. You know what? I like doing the watch-alongs that we do for games at the moment. Yeah, man, there's a lot of wide-ranging content. And we're trying to come up with shows all the time. So, yeah, then my brother does some stuff with Yardi. Do you know Yardi? White Yardi?
The bias.
Yeah.
I like the bias. I like the bias show. But when it's like summer or the transfer season,
man. The transfer daily.
I'm locked in.
The transfer daily, man.
Bro, I'm locked in. I'm locked in. It's like I wake up and I see it. I'm like, cool. I check it. I watch it. I watch that one religiously.
I know my brother's very proud of that concept because I know he just come up with it like that. Because that's another good thing about him. He's what I call an ideas man. He will come up with a lot of ideas. Some of them work great, some of them not so good, some of them don't work at all, but he's constantly thinking, he's constantly trying to evolve the channel. And you need that, you know what I mean? You need to have that innovation and that creativity. So, yeah, man. But yeah, the Transfer Daily has been a big hit for the channel. And
it's good because when I was watching it at first, it was like I always saw Robbie on the channel, but then as time went on, you guys got other presenters on there too. So I like to see that as well. So
I'll let you know that, man. I'll let you know.
It's like watching the news.
Yes, exactly.
It's like watching because before AFTV, I'd probably watch Sky Sports to hear. And again, I think Sky Sports is biased against. They don't like Arsenal.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're not the first person to say that. Yeah.
So I was like, that's why when Arsenal Fan TV came about, for me it was like, wow, I'm actually hearing the true voice of what people, the true fans think.
Yeah. And you know what? That was the idea of it. It was like, he used to have this phrase, for the fans, or by the fans, for the fans. You know what I mean? So it was to create a space where the fans could come and have their say. So directly after a game, you know, you're putting a microphone in front of the fans and say, look, what do you think of the game? And that concept has worked so well because people ordinarily wouldn't get that opportunity. And then if you add that to the explosion of social media now, you can see it's just created that real space for lots of people who are not like bona fide journalists, but they can still have their say. Because a lot of men out there, you know what it is, man. They know their football, man. They've been watching it from time. And not even notwithstanding, people want to have their say in it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's that what they call it, the Monday morning quarterback syndrome. Everybody thinks they know what team should have been playing, what the formation should have been, the tactics, who should play here, who should play there.
I hear some detailed analysis. When I watch some of them interviews, I'm like, damn, you lot. They really know their football, like
they do, man.
They're going in depth,
and they take this shit serious.
Serious,
you know what I mean?
Serious. That's like when I see the tactical show.
Yes, Tactical Insight.
Tactical Insight show.
Yeah.
I'm like, these guys are serious. This should actually be replacing Sky Sports or anything, you know.
And the level of detail that goes into it, shout out to James B.
Big up James B, man.
Bayliss. Yeah. Great guy. The level of detail that he puts into that, trust me.
You can see.
You know what I mean? And the way it's filmed, the way the production, it's proper stuff.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
Know what I mean? So,
definitely.
yeah, man, big up.
Big him up. And that brings